Joey Slye set to kick off.
Joey Slye, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway from Memphis. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, really with the, I should probably sound a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy. All that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in legal basement, working on the phones.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Now a run here off the RPO, and he'll keep it. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Up the middle, Achane. Taking it right down Broadway. He's on his way. And all the way in for the touchdown. Devon Achane. His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bulls go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Kirkpatrick. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. From the gun, Bigsby. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Here comes third and the length of the football.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Bigsby once more. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guaranteeing it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. How about this? They'll change it at the line. They're going to try and throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And now an audible here into something else. Back to throw again. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Martin Emerson. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Williams. Still going. Now look out. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 71 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Here we go. 19 instruction. All right.
A give left side. Here's Achane. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Devon Achane with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Bulls are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Here,
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw. Kirkpatrick. Quick hitter here is complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. To to throw now on first down. That's caught right side by Worthy. And he's taken down inside the 30.
13 yards on the play. That's another Bills first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for two.
Two-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. Now he'll take this and run. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Here's Sly now to kick off as he'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Here we go.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hey,
13 yards remaining on second down.
Here we go, son. 58, son. Right.
Fields. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! Christian Watson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls are able to widen their advantage. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he returns this to the 22. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still going double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Kirkpatrick. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. Well, that's kind of one of those we saw developing and had interception written on it from the second that ball left his hand.
If you're going to throw a quarter like that, it really only works if you're leading a tight end on a flag route or something to the corner of the end zone. If you're going to throw a ball like that to the sideline, you're just giving the defender way too much time to make a read on it, step in, and make the play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
All right. EQ. Chip slip. Chip slip. You got a mini base. What? Can. Right.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Third and 3.
Here we go, son. Go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Here we go. EQ. Green 19. Get that.
They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Kirkpatrick. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
The 3-yard line.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tank Bigsby taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by the defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Joey Sly is set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Williams loses the football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, what? 319, just. Hey, can. Out, let's go. Hey,
Now Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And they do finally get it at the 12. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
2nd and 12 at the Bills' 13-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half.
Bills 14.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far in the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try to come to the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Brings up
Second and 4.
At their 49.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Back to throw. Kirkpatrick. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On fourth down, Kirkpatrick. And he is caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, first and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2. At the 31-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll look to throw now on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2.
For a 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
Bills 22. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change.
Down the left sideline. He may go. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this one definitely not in the lane. Zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Here we go.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Check, smash, 70 Lions. Panther 11, Panther 11.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He finds his man complete. That's McCormick. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Ready? Mustang 19. Let's go. 19, 76.
Willis. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
This is caught at the 20. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. 36 yards on the play.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both teams have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready. Hawk, set.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Say, hey! 7 tight, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Back to throw, Willis. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
18, Pioneer. Buffalo 18. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And the Bills are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Throwing to start the drive. Kirkpatrick. Touchdown, Bills. And Xavier Worthy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
It's not enough. You solid left, but it's not enough. You better really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I mean, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G. Watch him do it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
2nd and 9.
Nike. 19 Lion. Dragon 60.
Willis. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
19 windy, 19 windy. Here we go. Hey, Cam. Chips left. Hey, twist the left. Right.
To throw is Fields. He'll try and do this himself. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Willis got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Ready, go!
A run here with Bigsby. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready. Cougar 19.
Play action. Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Let's go now. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Warrior 70. Hurt. 79 Broncos. Go.
Here's Willis. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bills are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Yasir Abdullah making the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because, you know.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Bills extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Bulls 28. Joey Slye sets the kickoff.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Shot. Buffalo 18. Street. Street. Ready.
Willis looking to throw it. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
From the gun on third down, Kirkpatrick. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now they'll change things up. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll look to throw again. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 20.
Looking to throw. Kirkpatrick. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Second and 3.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! From 21 yards away. And the Bills have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right now.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
Willis throws another interception, his third of the game. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not